No, not
No,
again.
not again. Yeah, like you're upset that we're playing more Destiny.
Hugely upset. You can tell. I'm all choked up over here about the fact that we gotta play more of this game that I love.
Yeah. So, we weren't actually going to stream Destiny this week. Uh,
No,
and then some group of insane people completed the raid, and it turns out that completing the raid for the first time unlocked a bunch of content for everybody.
18 hours and 44 minutes. I love this game, but I'm not 18 hours and 44 minutes straight of this game.
I mean, I kind of
That's,
am.
I mean, yes, but no. Like that's a lot, man. That's just
I'm gonna
wait,
I'm
yeah,
gonna run us to the Dreaming City real quick to grab some bounties just in case there are
sure.
any that we can
Show off
complete
a
in this
little bit.
strike.
But yeah, so the last Wish raid dropped last Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. People obviously there's competitive PvE raiders, right? There's
World
clans, right?
first rating. Yes.
Yeah. So these are folks who have been spending time ever since the Force expansion launched that have been trying to gear up and get their characters as high power level as possible with whatever gear they can, like they might need or figure they might need. So you see a lot of times like Sleeper Simulants, Whisper of the Worms, the exotic sniper rifle that came recently. So and more stuff besides, but trying to get whatever they can for all this stuff, and still undergeared comparatively for what the raid is. As far as like it starts at 550 and the encounters are usually at least 30 power levels higher than that oftentimes. So they're
Oh boy.
they're these folks are having to put the A game on, but the result of all that was that you definitely had folks that cleared it. You had folks get world first was clan redeem in that 18 hours and 44 minutes. There was other folks who came in not too long after that.
I like
Uh,
the group. I think they were called Math Class that finished 24 hours and 2 minutes after, and
nice.
thus missed out on the 24-hour emblem.
Yeah.
That's a huge bummer.
That's a huge bummer.
Let's see.
Um, but yeah, so because of all those folks doing, what they did and clearing it, there have been some changes since the last time that we were in here. One of the bigger ones is
You'll like that
once
one.
Mike's done talking to
This
the
lady.
I thought
his
you might
bae
like that
Petra.
one.
Petrovenge, she's my best friend.
She
She's got some good fashion.
she does.
You'll like that one.
Um, but so if we look up at the watchtower over there, it's looking a little worse for the wear.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, again, and even here where Petra is, if you look at this gazebo that she's next to, it's
There's some swirly stuff in it,
You
and
guys
it's
should
some
got
clean
taken
it.
stuff.
yeah, there was an Exxon Valdez mobile oil spill here, so we gotta start
Oh,
cleaning up.
jeez.
But so the Dreaming City is going to change, and what that is exactly going to be and what it's going to look like is yet to be determined. Uh, I, from what I can at least, what was the word I was looking for? From what I can at least try and guess is that tomorrow with the weekly reset, there's going to be a bunch of different stuff happening inside the Dreaming City, which is cool, right? Like the Bungie kind of said in their promotional materials, things are going to change, stuff is going to be different, and they are, seeming to make good on that. And one of the things that they have done in addition to all this is they've opened up a new strike, which is the main focus of what we're going to be looking at today. Is this corrupted strike, which is probably one of the best strikes I've ever done in this game.
It is, yeah, I think it's the best strike they've done, and I think it's some of the best looking. Like, Destiny has
is.
always been a really nice looking game. The art style is strong.
And I'll say, you know, so hey, if you don't want any of this stuff spoiled for you, if you don't, you know, you just want to come and experience it, and we haven't sold you on it so far, but this was it, like us saying this somehow did, then hey, go ahead and go hop over, you know, cut it off here and go play on your own. But if you don't mind looking at some stuff, and I'll probably discuss not a whole lot of details about the raid, but a little bit here and there, just from what little bit I saw, then yeah, we're kind of going to launch into that here. Because there's definitely some parallels between what I saw in the raid and what we do in this strike, and I think that's really awesome that they at least are doing something interesting and fun.
We're approaching the temple, Petra.
I'm also going to use my new gun.
Oh, hush.
Can you please look at his gun, though?
No.
Please look at my gun. Look at it. Where are you? Look at it. Look at it. Look at my gun.
I'm
Look at my gun.
We're being shot.
Look at my gun.
I have seen it. It is the Ace of Spades.
It is an amazing gun.
Can you shoot out Motorhead song?
It should.
Yes, it does.
Good. Remind me what dudes you're fighting right now?
So we are fighting Taken. Initially, we were fighting a few enemies that are in this expansion. The Scorn.
Scorn, new guys, right?
Descend to the heart
Which are
of the
like-
temple. You're looking for one of
Off
the
to the
Queen's
side.
Techians.
That's right.
Tech
Yeah.
witches, you Guardians call them. Her name is Sadia.
Whoop. Wait a
She's
minute.
taken, but she can be saved.
Oh,
Her
hey,
will
settle
is
down.
not her own.
We're in the
Grant her the
Ascendant
mercy
plane
that she
now,
cannot grant
which
you.
is the realm of the Taken.
Cool.
And this was part of, so speaking a little bit about the raid, this was kind of definitely some of the raid mechanics was hopping in and out of this Ascendant plane as you were going through the raid, and even hopping in and out of the Ascendant plane while you were fighting some bosses. Yeah, so they leaned into this whole weird connection thing that they've got going on between the Awoken and the Ascendant stuff and the Taken and what's dark and light, you know, kind of blurring those lines. And this is a nice like introduction to some of this stuff. Did you fall into some bad people? We are going to see even more impressive stuff with this once we get further.
You had a bad time.
I did have a bad time.
You fell into the bad goo.
I did.
So yeah, one of the other things with the whole Ascendant realm is like stuff is just randomly floating. It's randomly just, you know, the laws of physics and gravity that we, as we know it, are
This is an elevator. Clear the room. I'll get it
laughable.
working.
I don't know.
Hey,
Okay,
guess
let's
what?
let's for 1 second talk about what Destiny really is about.
Friendship.
Destiny,
The real Destiny was the friends we made along the way.
Destiny is all about playing basketball,
Oh, sick.
sick dunks on fools.
Yeah,
Wow,
dog
really? I got shield bumped. This is a common thing. I'm apparently really terrible at just getting knocked off the side.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
So I'm the best cameraman.
You had the worst time.
I did.
Hope it doesn't continue. Because yeah, the last time we did this,
Look, I was the all-star dunker, but I was also the all-star fly off the side of the boss arena.
100%.
Cool.
Did you get pumped off again?
Sick move, Mike.
Oh, so did I come and try
Yeah,
and rescue you.
that's funny.
I forgot about this. I forgot about this.
I thought it was the portal to the next area. That's great. We're just showing off how great we are.
I forgot about that little thing in the middle that spawned in. Yep.
That's funny. Who cares? This is goofy.
That's actually like you can see it
Let me have a
before
look
it
at that
shows up,
console.
which I think is cool.
This is some kind of elevator.
While you're in the Ascendant realm.
I'll actually stop goofing off and try a little harder.
Nah, goofing off is all what it's all about.
Do it.
Where's Jason? Dump that basketball. Oh, what?
What?
I threw it at you and it didn't let you catch it. Jason.
Here.
There.
Heads up.
Alright, don't stay in the middle, don't stay in the middle. Oh.
It's
It's the rubber band.
Hey, Mike.
I'm the NBA champ.
yep. Best.
Alright, somebody's gotta take this basketball. Mike. Right behind you.
Jason.
Guardian down.
Mike. Mike. You had one job to do.
I had one job to do and I didn't have the relic.
You had to dunk that basketball.
I didn't get tossed the relic.
I wonder where that was.
It's like
I was
the-
like looking straight at you.
yeah,
when I
it never gave it to me.
threw it. Alright.
All right, let's
We'll do this
actually
right.
focus mode.
This is an elevator. Clear the room. I'll get it working.
And this is why we are not on the world first team to clear these things. Here, I'm gonna prep this. Take it. Throw it at the dude when he shows up.
I shot him.
Alright. Watch out. Here you go.
Should get another one.
I wish they'd just make this into Blitzball.
Right?
Or it's a switch.
That.
There's a shield
Oh, there's one here.
That was really cool. That clipped.
It clipped the little boy.
It clipped the little guy.
Alright, I'm gonna go get another relic.
All right, I'm right behind you. Just toss it to me. Okay, you gave it the
All right.
spinal tap.
Pat the rock.
There we go.
Ooh.
Mike. He had nice. Oh,
And a sick dunk, Mike.
Yep.
okay. There's a knight there. He's got a shield up. Where are you at, Mike?
Preparing for
Wow, that is that's really frustrating.
Mike. Focus.
passes it to the man.
Boom goes the
the
dynamite.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Mm.
We did it.
We did it. Yay.
We did the thing.
Lucky,
We're
lucky.
so bad. I know nobody watching this will believe it, but we did it in one try when we played this earlier.
Is this the first or second expansion?
This is the third.
Third.
Yeah, it's the
What's one
biggest.
called?
Forsaken.
Well,
The
the
first two
second
were
one was the
Warmind.
Warmind. First one
Warmind.
was Curse of Osiris.
Right, that's what it was.
But like those were, I don't know, like Bungie's always come in weird with the way that they do DLC, but those were like,
Is this the Hidden King?
yeah, basically, like
Right.
it's, I mean, absolutely like that degree of content and that degree of
Yeah.
improvements to the
Have a
game.
couple small ones and then a big revision, sort of a 2.0.
Exactly. And you know, the bad part about it is this is exactly what the game should have been when it launched. Like, just as far as the base system, it's not, you know, like all this
So-
content and everything else aside, but like the base systems that they've done and the overhauls should have been how the game was at launch, picking
Can you
up from where
describe that?
Destiny.
Yeah, can you
Sure,
describe
sure,
that based on, like, because I haven't played since launch?
Yeah. So okay, some of the bigger things that you're gonna notice at launch. There was set ways to basically get strong, right? Like there's weekly missions that you had to do that often involved doing like do the nightfall, do some stuff for Cade and for Ikora and for Zavala.
Yeah.
So very limited ways that you can level up. They moved exotics having the ability to roll at a higher level than you, so you couldn't even level up that way, which was a big change from the first game. Because you know people would infuse their exotics into other stuff.
Right.
Loot, all legendary gear was fixed stats, so like, you know, you pick up one gun, one hand cannon, you know, the Better Devils from Crucible, for instance.
It was always
Better
the
Devil,
same.
always the same, always had the same perks, everything. All that stuff is different now, like, so exotics are much harder to come by, but they will be a higher power level. The missions that you have available to do to get the powerful gear are like they just went nuts. So there's daily bounty, there's daily challenges, there's weekly challenges. Daily challenges reset after 4 days, I want to say. So like, you know, there's a little bit of a every week, you know, every day more or less you should have stuff to do, or at least every few days, right? They have weekly challenges as well, you know, and all of it's very reasonable, because it's stuff like, hey, just do 3 strikes from the strike playlist, play 5 Crucible matches, play 5 rounds of Gambit, you know, and then there's stuff on a planet, so the Dreaming City has its own sort of weekly bounties that you do.
Generally become play the game and you'll steadily improve.
Yeah, and they have a bunch of wanted bounties that you can do for one of the new NPCs that just gets you legendary gear, which is basically, you know, even if it's not a higher level, the fact that stuff is randomized, you're looking for, you know, the quote-unquote god rolls on your weapons, you know, the right combination of perks.
Right.
So that's the kind of game that like was what brought people into Destiny week in, week out, right? Like they wanted that sort of loot chase. They wanted to feel like they were getting something for their time investment, and it really felt like a lot of that was gone at the start of Destiny 2, the launch of it. Those are the base systems I'm talking about, like as far as the updates that come with Forsaken. Beyond that, the bigger things that they've done that I think they finally learned, and part of it is tied into what we're doing here, is that they've made an in-game area. So it used to be that the in-game of Destiny was just the raid and that was it. So if you had 6 people that were all the right level and everything else, you were good.
You book 3-day vacation off work, and then
Yeah, well, yeah, you
That's
kind
a
of
hell
like
of a jump. But it's the only way
spent
down.
your
Guardian
weekend.
down.
Ugh, I knew I was gonna do that. You spent your weekend, being like, hey guys, let's go in and do this. And initially it was like we're gonna spend half a day, and then once you got more powerful and everything else, it was like, okay, well, we only need to now spend like 3 or 4 hours, which is still a lot, right, for adults who have
yes.
responsibilities.
Are we jumping to?
I'm just falling straight down because it's a clear shot from here to the bottom. Just gotta stop towards the end and not crash. So the Dreaming City as a whole is now oh wait, I'll be quiet for 1 minute because this is what Mike was talking about.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so hey, here's something that's like
Wholly unique.
wholly unique
Holy shit.
and very impressive.
Man.
Yeah. So this Dreaming Sea that we showed off last time and to spend some time with, they've got a activity called the Blind Well that we showed off a little bit of last time over here, and it's pretty cool. It's got it's kind of like you stand around defending certain points and have different ways of enemies to go through, and then eventually you can get some loot at the end. One of the big things for doing that seems to be like, so they have new subclasses for everybody. There's 3 new subclasses with new supers. One of the ways that you can unlock them is basically through that blind well event. Anyways, that is power level 550. So they have like, the idea is there's stuff here intended to constantly challenge you and get you up even if you don't play the raid. And there's gear here, and there's things that you can get, and obviously there's still going to be raid specific loot as there should be, for all that kind of stuff, but there is more to do as a whole, and the fact that there's a whole area patrol zone that's considered like in-game activity levels with a ton of secrets. So there's even stuff in what we found today was at the very start of this, there was someone noticed that the initial objective you have is to like get in here, and there's a guy that you fight, and that taken boss, and your ghost says you can
There
fight
she
or
is.
outwit
Let's
it.
bring her back to the light.
Yep.
And no one's quite sure what the outwit part of it means. If that means anything or does anything different, there's things called Tincture of Queen's Foil that,
Jason,
yeah.
I would
There's
like you
things
to go dunk that basketball, please.
Alright, I'm not gonna necessarily dunk it, throw it at her. He's heating up.
Only I had my behind
What class do you have?
you. Voidwalker.
Voidwalker. Yeah.
I got dunked. Oh boy, that ability.
Oh, jerky lady. Moving on me. Alright, her shield's back up.
Alright, she's over there.
Watch yourself.
What's this yellow tether light that you're in?
That is the Flame Warlock's super.
Yo. Yo, give up. Oh.
Oh, maybe don't want to jump across that.
Give up the rock. Just not that big one.
You see what you did there?
Hit it. Aw,
Buddy.
you threw it at the enemies. You can also do that. Where?
Yo. Yeah.
Oh, sick pass.
From downtown.
You like the auto aim on that pass?
Yeah. There's like curves.
I charged that incorrectly. Get out there.
Oh my goodness.
She's on the move.
She's on the move. Let's follow her and see what happens.
Which, as a whole, is different for a strike because all strikes up to this point have just been in arenas.
Right.
But
That's
now
cool.
we're running through this whole other part.
Yeah, this lighting on this is setting things insane.
Hey, lady.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Jeez.
And that's easily my favorite part of this strike is suddenly
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
flying at you.
You're like, oh, nope. I was gonna jump. Just
I had a
kidding.
plan.
Ow. Hey.
She shot you.
She shot me. That hurt. Oh, I don't think there was any rocks to
Oh jeez.
Omar coming. Not really.
I'm gonna switch to a shotgun.
Okay.
Hey, I can put that into my primary slot now.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool. It's a nice fix.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. It was nice that they kind of said, okay, look, you know, you can have. I don't know. It's a long thing for what they did with all the weapon changes, but long story short is basically they said, okay, rather than be like fixed slots, it's weapons take certain ammo types, and certain ones are going to be, you know, primary ammo. Certain ones are going to be secondary ammo.
Don't.
Oh,
Sick, go in.
nope. I fell in the gap.
Guardian down.
So some are going to be primary ammo, some are going to be secondary, some are going to be heavy. And shotguns take secondary ammo, but you can get energy shotguns, you can get kinetic shotguns. So regardless of
Right.
all that
It
kind
was
of...
just weird to have them as heavy weapon.
Yeah, and that was something that, you know, they obviously heard a lot of feedback on because people were unhappy, like, you know, almost fell down the same hole. Alright, one of us has got to run out there. I'll go get the ball.
I got it.
Alright, well pass it to me then, I'm just right behind you.
I hope that passed to you.
Yep.
Does it explode? Oh,
Oh, we missed.
no. Oh.
Oh, you
Mothers.
mothers. I mean, that's choice words for what just happened there, but...
Oh, awesome. I just got skipped like
Nice
a rock.
push.
We're
Nice.
dead.
She just kicked you in the pool.
That was, yeah, I got scooted backwards without being in the air.
Yeah, I had a... Yeah,
I've killed a lot of guys, though. Destiny, man.
Destiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes destiny is still destiny.
That's the truth.
Ain't no physics like Destiny physics.
Like it's not really frustrating. It's just I don't know. We're trying to show it off, and all the bad stuff keeps happening. Because we legit, the first time we did this, we got everything in one try.
Wow.
We fell off the side a lot, but we didn't get.
Oh, okay. I think that was
beautiful.
just.
That
That was.
I was
my butt
pointed
might
right
be
at
gone.
you.
I think that took my butt off. But okay.
That's good. Hello. Whoa!
Still with me back there?
I needed to hold on to my butt.
So yeah, this is the new strike. I think I hope they keep doing stuff like this. I hope tomorrow when I visit Dreaming City, it looks very different
you
than what I've seen
kidding?
so far. I hope they continue to have new missions.
She just seriously pushed me off the side as I was jumping into the arena.
Yeah, she's just yelling at you.
She said, hello.
Hello.
Alright, I got the relic. I'm running around.
Oh, I got heavy ammo.
I got it.
Let's try some.
Oh, this is a mistake.
No, that was my rift.
Wow! Also, shout out to this.
Shout out
music.
to whoever decided that you should get bounced 1,000 yards away just by existing this fight.
Ready? And to underscore this moment,
I
Jesus.
betrayed her. Broke my oath. Broke it all. He knows everything.
Look at that Luke
Ruined.
Pinata.
we.
Alright. Gotta get my ramming.
So yeah,
Anyway, that's the new strike. We did poorly, but it's fun. I like
we
it.
made it.
Looks really nice.
Yeah.
I like
It
your
is.
yeah.
It's some of the most like doing that strike the first time was some of the most fun I've had with a strike in this game in a long time,
Oh, for sure.
and
Oh, do I have
They've
the
added-
full set?
they've added full set of what?
I have the full Reverie Dawn set now.
Oh, nice. I am.
Does it give you
Shy by
a
a
bonus
lot.
for the full set?
No, but they made it so that actually let's go to the tower real quick. I can show.
Yeah. Only got the chest and the legs.
Yeah.
The UI is nice.
Did we mention there's a lore tab?
Oh, look! Collections, triumphs, and lore. It is all lore. And you can read
There
stories.
Nice.
you go.
in the
Yeah, there you
game.
go.
Oh,
Look
look
at
at
that
this.
fucking comic book art.
Yeah, yeah, lore. There's so
That
much
is
lore.
beautiful. Yeah, that's good.
Uh-huh. All kinds of stories. And you find it by examining stuff in the environment. We're very excited when we find lore items. I think one of the times we streamed it, we just started screaming lore every time we picked up a lore book. So that's actually, so part of this is that all of these are part of the, like the Queen's Guard armor, but they are all cursed. They have this Riven's Curse mod. So, well, in the Dreaming City, you deal more damage, but also take more damage. So it kind of turns into a bit of a glass cannon.
Cool.
As you complete bounties in the Dreaming City, you will get mods that actually can be inserted into those that replace it with a blessing instead of a curse.
Oh, cool.
That make it so that the negative damage, or the damage modifier to you, is removed.
Huh.
So that gear is really valuable for running around the Dreaming City because it has all those extra perks.
Right.
And it's good for a whole area, as
Yeah.
like usually like raid armor is only good for the raid, but okay, this whole area can use this.
Yeah, so I'll go over to Vuvuzela real quick.
Greetings.
And let's see, where is the bit that talks about the wearing the sets? Is that in there?
It's a quest.
Oh, right. Okay, so yeah, you're given those early. So here. So here's a Gambit one. So win a Gambit match wearing a full set of Season 4 Gambit armor. So you gain Gambit armor by being in Gambit. And
completing bounties.
Yeah. So this, like, once you complete all, the head, chest, arms, and legs slot for these pieces of gear, you'll complete these quests. So here's one for Crucible, completing a strike with Vanguard armor, and so on. So the sets themselves don't necessarily give a bonus, but let's see. 6:15. Gotta put my good stuff back on. Yeah. So yeah, that's some cool stuff in Destiny.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Any last words, Jason, before we stop streaming Destiny for a straight month?
Yeah, until they've got the next round of content. We put up all of our streams to date, and we'll do probably just a little separate one for this real quick later. But I think I've always been happy to play Destiny just because I really enjoy the action and stuff of it. But this is the first time since Destiny 2 came out that I have been.
That it's made you happy?
Yeah, exactly. Like I feel joy to get in here and be like, all right, I got stuff to do. I got an hour before my kid wakes up. I have a few different challenges I can go do, or I can work towards, and I know that at the end of those, I'm gonna get something that improves my stuff in game, which makes other stuff easier, right?
Yep.
And some of that stuff that I get, like the weekly, the spider has wanted bounties. I talked earlier about this. Like there's the NPC that just gives you legendary gear for completing these bounties. I do every single one of those just because I don't know what the rolls are on the stuff I'm gonna get, and I just want to see what I'm gonna get, and I'm excited to try and get like my perfect rolls for guns, and it's always fulfilling now to hop in and play, whereas before it was like, I guess I'll do this. I don't know.
Yeah. And what I just went through the menu and showed Locke is all of those little star icons are
Yeah.
daily and weekly challenges that you can complete for extra gear.
Yeah, there's lots to do. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's nice that you're not having to just like sit around for a reset.
Couldn't possibly be that
So if you do
simple,
hop
could it?
in, I could see myself being like, oh, I'm not obviously not going to clear everything because I don't have that kind of time, but it's going to feel different because I'm always doing something different when I go back in,
Right.
whether it's every day or every week or whatever. Like, that's cool.
Oh, you know what we should do as one last thing, because these change every week. We should go grab the. How many ghost fragments do you have?
0. Oh, ghost fragments. I thought you meant like the lore.
Control, my shift is over.
I have 9. I think you need 10 to grab the big boy, right?
Okay, yeah, we can do that real fast. Let's go to the Tingle Shore and grab the big boy so we can show that to Locke real quick, because it changes week to week. Add something else to just kind of be like, this is something new and different. I think that's kind of an interesting thing. So the last thing, we've showed this off in another stream, it's the wanted bounties. That's like the highest tier of the wanted bounties. And basically they make these like mini raid boss encounters. So there's a specific mechanic to the boss, kind of like what we just did in the strike, where we had to pass the relic and shoot it. The one that we did previously was the boss was in the suppression field that like you couldn't shoot, you couldn't use any of your
Until you
super
disable the
abilities.
field, yeah.
Yeah, so like you had like a split second when you walked into it to be able to do something, and you could also throw grenades. So you either like kind of ducked in and out of the field, taking quick shots until you brought the core down or threw grenades at it. And then once the core was down, some special enemies spawned. You killed the special enemies, they dropped a core that you went and dunked, because Destiny is all about dunking balls. That's
I am
It's the greatest.
perfectly happy with the dunk mechanics because they're really satisfying.
All right, but so anyways, so here, let's just do a patrol real quick, and I'll get you what you need.
Oh. Boop, boop, boop. I'm coming back out. So you get one of those for doing a patrol.
Yeah. So the so we did that on the boss, right? And like once you bring the suppression field down, a window of time where you can do damage. This one that that we have this week that they've got going on, I have no idea what it's going to be like, but what the encounter is going to be. I know it takes place on Mercury, so we'll head there next. But basically, these are. Do you remember those lost sectors from when you first started playing?
Mm-hmm.
It's all using those, so they're like reusing. Yes, they're reusing places, they're reusing assets, but it's making a use for those areas that were basically like one-time done kind of things. That should get you what you need. All right. So it's like, hey, yes, you've been here before and you've done these before, but there's a reason now to go back and do these, and rather than it just being this stupid little thing, it's that you get some blue out of it.
Look at you.
Yeah. Thread the needle, Mike. Thread the needle. We're putting something in there. So I don't know what this one week is. I don't know what it looks like. I haven't done it yet, so it'll be kind of a new experience. But
We're gonna do it blind.
Shall we make a deal?
we're gonna do it live, and it'll be awesome.
Let's see. Is it the? Which one is it? Because
It's gonna be at the very end, the combustor valves, which actually only require.
Marvelous.
Yeah, it's the one that's like the gold-looking thing.
All right. What is it? Let's see. That adds an adventure to the map, right?
Yeah.
Where is it?
No matter how far
It
you
is
go,
on Mercury, I believe.
you always come back to the spider.
Combustor Vallis. Hello.
Power level 540, so we're a little closer than we were last time we read this.
A little closer.
Little bit.
Slightly closer.
Little bit of bacon. all my good stuff.
Look, oh man, I got the best gun in Destiny. The Edge Transit.
Edge Transit.
It's.
Oh.
I don't know if Jason wants to explain that to you, but they only put one heavy weapon in the droppable loot table, and it's that.
Oh, gee.
And so you get it a lot, and it is, yeah.
Wow, this is pretty.
Yeah. This is the one from
Curse of Osiris.
Oh yeah, you can't use your sparrows here. That's why the Curse of Osiris was terrible.
Yeah, I mean it's not a big planet, but
It's still very upsetting. Yeah, nobody does skyboxes like Bungie.
that is true.
Oh yeah, it's probably just grab this and then duck into the lost sector that's down here.
I like the idea and promise of this DLC, and
Meaning Osiris.
yeah, and I liked the way that they did some of the loot, in a way. Like I kind of enjoyed a lot of the special Osiris guns that you got. But boy, those things were just, it was one of the grindiest grinds that I just, like, I think that broke me on Destiny 2 more than anything else, because it was, in order to get the guns, you had to get drops from, like, strikes or from certain things, and you could run a whole entire strike, which takes, let's say, 15 minutes, and not get what you needed, and so then you're just doing it, and you needed like, 3 of those things or whatever. It was just, it was a lot. It was a lot to try and go through and do, and I'm not regretful of it. I did it all. I had, ultimately it was something I wanted to do and spend the time with, but boy. Oh. Alright, well there's gonna be a mechanic. I'm shielded. I got something from that.
I saw the moat drop.
So yeah, I have an overshield with that. So that's gonna be a thing.
Clear this room out quick.
Guardian down.
I just got 360 no scoped by a Scion. Oh. Okay.
Here's another nice thing though with this area. Up until the point where you get to the boss, once you get to the boss, then
It's just a boss fight.
well, and it's the limited respawn and everything else. Up until you get there, you can just kind of die as much as you want, and it don't matter too much because
I think we have done all the dying we need to do on stream
Alright.
today. Just saying. And now I have an overshield.
what was that about? We've done all the dying we needed to do.
Well, we died. Well, I died quite a bit during that strike.
That's okay. I took him out with me. Alright. Now remember, this is the area. No, thing.
It's the same mechanic.
It shouldn't be.
I see a big old suppression field.
Yeah.
These phalanxes. Oh. Watch out for the Scion that's trained on you.
Yep. Oh, ouch.
Guardian
That
down.
was the dude that blew up right in my face.
There's an overshield right there.
I can live long enough to make use of it.
Well, for a second there, I thought the modifier life didn't regen. Was that went up. I didn't mean to.
Wonder if. Alright, something I want to try when we take this guy down.
Alright, it's down.
If you run in there, what happens? With the overshield on.
It burned off.
Okay. Yeah, so that's not a suppression field, it's a burning field. Good to know.
It's a slow burning field. I just got shot him.
Yep. I think it's just a burning field so that we have the overshield. Don't take damage from it.
I guess we just.
I'll pop my super.
Yeah, go for it.
We got ads coming in.
Got my super. Boy, they really don't want to die to the super.
Yeah, one of the things that they've done with this is like tweak your damage.
Oh. Ow.
Alright, let's hold off on collecting that so we can deal with these ads. And there's two anyway, so we can get one each. Alright, you want to grab the one here? I'll grab the other one.
I'll grab it.
Okay. Oh wait, hold on. We got one ad left.
Sexy Centurion. Wow, he just punched my overshield.
Alright, I'll take this.
More ads.
Alright, well, I gotta grab an overshield. They punched through it already. That's nice.
Oh, god damn it. That was frustrating.
Stupid sexy Flanders.
This field. I got it. Moved up.
Alright. Got some more damage on the ground. Oh no. Oh,
Oh boy.
yeah. Just live. Or
Oh, I tried. They snuck up on us.
yeah, they popped out of the shield and then did their failing smash physics.
Let's cut it here.
Okay.
Because that took a bit. So that that's Destiny. It's pretty good this time. If you don't mind shelling out for all of the DLC, so you can play Forsaken.
So you can play the good stuff.
It's
Yeah.
it's real good, but
Pay it forward.
you
Really
have
good.
to own all the expansions to play Forsaken. There is no way to not spend more than $60 on the game right now, which is admittedly frustrating.
Production costs are also high.
It's true. It looks
Yeah.
very nice. All right. Well,
Yeah.
we will.
Hopefully
see
they'll
you
have some
all-
kind of deal on it, and you can pick it up cheaper then. And I think it's definitely worth it.
Yep.
All right, we'll see y'all next week with another co-op game. It's not Destiny.
Action
I promise.
Squad.
We swear.
Action. Yes.